And then our politics are crazy too. We're about to be like, might be a civil war here in America.
Yeah, I've heard that it's really bad, but it's, not that great. I think that it's cliche to say this, but I think there's a reason why we say this, that there's always darkest right before the dawn. And I think now we're living these times
Yeah,
where
you're
it's
right.
darkest right before the dawn. So I'm hoping for the best. In one of my sessions, I've seen the future, and that one is on YouTube actually.
Okay.
I've
Oh,
uploaded
cool.
it, but it was not an apocalyptic event that we've been through, but it was a it was not nice, but we pulled through, and afterwards it was a lot better. But then again, I've only seen a version of the future, so there are again
Sure.
infinite versions of the future, so it can
Sure.
be anything, it can change at any time. I'm still hoping to steer towards
Yeah. No, again, I hope for the
the
best.
positive version.
Hey, I want to live. I'm going to be 40 this year and I still look like I'm 25 for God's sake. So
Yeah.
again, I feel like I have a lot of life to live, more lots of experience. Yeah, I want the earth to be on a peaceful terrain. Even I have nieces too. Again, I want
Yeah.
them to have a beautiful world too and an experience without having war and just pollution. Because that's another uprise too. It's just like Jesus
Mhm.
Christ. Well, hey, it's your boy Dustin from the Flying Chair. It's the Rise, and I got a special guest today here for the second time, Aura, back from Europe. And yeah, I'm very excited to talk to you again because we're trying to get you on for like multiple times and it just kind of fell through. Now you're back with us. I'm super excited. And yeah, you have a lot of new adventures and stories to tell since we talked last. So what's new? What's up?
Thank you so much for having me again. It's such an honor, and yeah, I'm very happy that you managed to find another time slot, as I was saying earlier. Um, what's up? I don't know. A lot is up, and everything is up, I guess, with the move and with trying to get back on track with work, starting the sessions again, and
Yeah.
yeah,
You just said you moved back to Sweden?
Sweden,
Yes.
yes, back home.
Awesome. We're in
Yeah.
Sweden.
Well, home would have been Stockholm, but now we moved down south to the beach in Helsingborg, it's called. It's right across the water. We see Denmark from here. It's 20
Oh,
minutes by boat. Yeah,
oh, it's awesome. Oh, you
it's
just
really
take a ferry,
nice.
like a ferry
Yeah,
across? Oh, that's
yes.
awesome. Again, I still have never been to Europe. I need to. I have friends. I have extended family in Sicily. I got
Hmm.
my colleague Daniel. I got places like I have a couch or at least a bed to sleep
Yes.
on if I go somewhere. And yeah, I have some friends in Norway too that I like to that I met when they were here studying abroad here at
Hmm.
the UW. But yeah, again, yeah, what else is new? Do you anything paranormal or anything extraterrestrial happened since I talked to you last?
Well, there was this one story that I haven't told you guys about last time.
Oh yeah, please.
Um, and it was three UFOs that I've seen one night. I just woke up in the middle of the night. And it's funny because they were placed exactly for me to see them. We usually have these blinds down, but there was one window which I've seen. I was from my angle, I could see very little outside through that window, which didn't have the blinds down. And exactly there, they placed themselves, three UFOs, and they were having this blue light about around them.
Mm.
So I don't know. Immediately in my head, I thought, okay, Syrian, probably. I don't know. I always go immediately to Sirius when I think about the blue light. And again, they had the typical saucer shape, and they were so close to our building that if I would have gone up on the roof, I'm sure I could have touched them if I would have reached out. They were so,
Oh,
so, so close. And
whoa.
just to make sure that I'm not dreaming, I shook my husband and I said, wake up, wake up, wake up. Do you see what I see? Am I crazy? Do you see this? And he looks up and he says, yeah, three UFOs. And then he pulls over the blanket over his head and goes back to sleep.
Well, I would have shook him and smacked him a little bit harder. It's like, honey, this is for real.
Yeah, it's like it was the most normal thing in the world. Like even the moon, he goes, "Oh, the moon is so beautiful." So, but okay, yeah, through UFOs. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go down to three. And he still
Wow.
remembers this, so it's not something that he doesn't recall anymore.
Sure.
And I didn't have the urge to photograph them. I had my phone there, so I could have taken a picture, I could have done
Sure.
anything, but I just felt so calm. And the only thing I said was, please take care of us, please save us, please help us. And it was in September. It was during the time where there were fires everywhere. Planet Earth was burning. There were droughts and fires in Australia, and I
Hmm.
don't remember if it was the US as well. And I just said, please help us do something. And this was 2019, so it was before COVID or anything. And I went back to bed. And what happened is I immediately was invited on the ship.
Mm.
I was on a spaceship. It was Anubis. He is one of my main guides. And he stretched out his arm and took my hand, invited me on the ship, and everybody was dressed in white. So there were different creatures, different beings, completely different. Like some were
Oh,
birds, some were, I can even say what, like triangular heads, something that I've never seen in a movie or anywhere to have been inspired from or to have been,
right,
yeah,
right, right.
influenced by. And they seemed to have, it looked like they were mingling, and the space was infinite. It was an infinite white space. I didn't see anywhere where the ground would touch a wall or a floor or the ceiling or anything like that. It was really cool. And it was also the first time I didn't know that Anubis, I usually see him black. Like I'd never seen him white before. So everybody was white with golden details. And they were talking about Earth. It's like they had a gathering where they were discussing Earth.
Like a
And
federation, maybe?
yeah, something like that. Yes, yes. And they said, we are here and don't worry, like we're always here. It's okay.
Hmm.
Then I woke up, I looked at the window again, they were still there. And then I just went back to sleep. And I said,
Oh,
thank you. And that's it.
wow.
And wait, that's actually not it. The cool thing is that later, which is when I was in Madeira last year, I took another course called Quantum Connect. And in this course, one of my good friends and colleagues, she had a session with my teacher, Candice Crow-Goldman. And in this session, just to show us how a Quantum Connect session can go, she had to talk from her subconscious mind and just talk, 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 talk. And what she talked about was exactly my experience. And I was just, my mouth was to the floor. I couldn't, I immediately wrote to her with caps lock and everything, like, Hara, you did not make this up. I was there. I saw this. I had the exact same experience. It was just, yeah,
Wow. That
yeah.
is pretty crazy. I like the fact that the federation of all these species coming together because I feel like Earth has been like this beacon out in space for all these things to come interact with Earth, and obviously there's things here that have been here longer than other ones that have to
Yeah.
interact with them first, even like stepping foot on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Or even like having a big federation, kind of like um NATO. We have
Yeah.
this. It's all come together first. We'll have this agenda. Who knows? Like Earth could be this, human zoo for them too
Mm,
at the same time, but even slowly directing us in a positive direction at the same time.
mm.
Yeah, it makes you really wonder, like, what are these federations all about? Again, it's just we're always kind of left in the shadows, somewhat, what their real true agendas are. And who knows? Like, they might even have their own debates amongst themselves what the hell's really going on because we have that story throughout all the holy books, all different religions talk about the same thing about all like gods disagreeing with each other about the technology given to humans at the time because what
Yeah.
we can really handle,
Yeah.
or some of them had these jealous human feelings. It seems like, what I'm saying? Like, why do these guys have these
Mm-hmm,
such
mm-hmm.
petty human emotions?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they're
Like
like, oh,
God, that,
we're gonna duke it out over here.
yeah. Like the
like especially,
punishing God and so on and so forth.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
with
The
human
Greek
character.
gods and
Yeah,
ancient Hindu gods, the same. It's like raging war with each other. It's crazy. It's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes you really wonder what's gonna happen next. Yeah. So do you
Yeah.
like? Have you? Do you? I always like to ask people this question, especially people I haven't talked to in a long time. The beginning of this year here in America, I don't know if you caught wind of that incident in Florida, Miami, where in the mall.
Mm,
Did you hear about this?
no, I don't think so. Or no, I don't think so though.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
yeah, wait, someone walking on the street being filmed. They saw something.
Well,
They filmed an alien on the
let me give
street.
you the story.
Yeah,
So
please do.
yeah, so what happened was it's a very controversial story because people say it's fake and other people it was real, especially the ones who were actually there and actually were kind of scared. There was like the most humongous police presence at the mall. It looked like the whole state of Florida had its police
Hmm.
force at that fucking mall, and
Hmm.
it was only for a kid fight.
I
Right?
remember that.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? And apparently, people who were in this mall saw this portal open up, and three giant creatures about like 9, 10 feet tall, like kind of shadowy, ghosty looking. And then actually,
Mhm.
people who are actually have guns, like carry guns around, fucking were taking
Yeah.
shots at these things, and they're like glitching and shit. We were getting hit, and people were
Mm.
screaming and running away and shit. And yeah, and then like they just kind of disappeared after a while. And like again, it's this whole big cover up, or if there's big conspiracy. I guess there's one guy who called his dad, who was a Miami cop, and tried to get information from him. And he's just like, "No, I can't say shit." It makes you
Mm.
like, "What? For a kid fight that you can't really
Yeah.
disclose? What the fuck?" So yeah, it makes
Yeah.
you really wonder. And then like shortly after that, another video got released here for Congress to take a look at. I think was for the jellyfish UFO over Iraq. I think 2000, was it 2008?
Mm.
It was like it was filmed at night, but it was night vision. This thing
Hmm.
was like from hot to cold, and it was flying over the
Mm.
United States Army base over Iraq. And he guess it went into the water for like 11 minutes, and it shot up like a fucking rocket into the sky. And yeah,
Yeah.
again, this like very mysterious looking that has like these little tentacles that were just floating with it.
Yeah.
Really bizarre shit. Um, yeah,
It's beautiful.
what is your and what's your take on some of those? Or have
My
you heard
take
anything?
is, well, I believe that people are just not ready. And I think the whole mall situation is proof for that, that they are trying to, it's not that they are trying to make contact because they are way above our mental abilities. Um, but people are clearly not ready. If you take your gun out and start shooting at them, like what type of behavior is that? And I mean, that's just very
Yeah,
juvenile
yes,
and
that's very true.
from an emotional point of view. So people are just in fear. There's too much fear as of now.
Actually a
Uh,
great outlook to think about it. Like just to see how much fear if they were like get greeted with kindness or like maybe
yeah.
even like godlike instead
Mhm.
of they came there, they got fear and they got violence. It's just like,
Yeah.
huh, yeah, maybe the Tower of Babel might have to happen again or some shit. It's like what the fuck? No, it
Yeah.
just no, yeah, that's really interesting aspect. I never thought about it that way. But yeah, you're right. Like, what would it take for them? Maybe if they weren't look so scary, but then again, they can't really help what they look
What
like.
is scary, right? Because humans are afraid
Exactly.
of anything that doesn't look exactly like them. I mean, they're
Exactly.
scared of someone with tattoos, or they're scared with someone with too many piercings. So it doesn't really matter if you dress a little bit differently, you're a freak.
Yes.
So it's they're scared of spiders. Come on. Like, or yeah. And then I have another knowing,
Yeah, please.
which is that, and again, this is my truth, but I feel that they are extensions of us always. If we go to the concept that we are all one, this means as I also mentioned before, we are an extension of each other, and that means they're also extensions of us. So they are our multidimensional aspects. And they don't just randomly show up, and nothing is ever random because we are interconnected, we are connected. So they're not something different than us or disconnected from us. They are just an aspect of us vibrating at a different frequency, and
Yes.
thus
Say.
functioning in a different dimension.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just saying,
It's
we
the
only see it. We
yeah,
only see it at a certain frequency, you know, and there's
yeah,
other things that live on different planes of frequency. That's why animals can see certain ways of frequency. I think that's why cats
yeah,
are so worshipped in Egypt, because they can see energy, you know what I'm saying? Or they can
yes,
see the dead, or like they even know when death is coming. Because he's,
yeah,
you know, some people are dying on their deathbeds and the cat will jump on their chest right when they're about to die and shit, you know, just like
yes,
ease the coming of the soul and stuff like that. Again, you have to really wonder why these ancient peoples who were making pyramids with like the slave labor, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, why were they, worshiping cats at the same time? And every word they chiseled on stone was very, very important. Otherwise, they wouldn't
Yeah,
fucking put it on stone.
yeah,
you know, like so.
yeah.
Do
And
you
the
have a
cats
cat?
are gate. I had cats all my life, and I
Oh, you got
recently
a dog.
reconnected with my cat. Now I have a dog, but
That's
it's my
awesome.
cat that reincarnated into this dog. It's a very
That's awesome.
weird situation. Yeah. But cats
That's
are they are gatekeepers. So
they are.
yeah,
That's cool.
they're really cool.
And then, yeah, the dogs are our best friends too. And like, you have a Dalmatian, is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
beautiful dog. Yeah, I love those patterns.
He's a master and he's my greatest teacher. Just earlier, right before we started talking, I went to him and I just thanked him for showing me how to live lighter, I guess, or how to live more playful and not really worry about everything around me and just
That's right.
chill.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
why we stay so young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So, is any upcoming adventures? Like, are you traveling? Well, I see that you just got back to Sweden. I don't know if you travel much, or you maybe go around Sweden. Is there any cool hotspots? Like, is there any cool UFO
Ooh,
stories in Sweden?
actually, yes, there is a UFO memorial right here.
Was it really? Well, tell me
Yes.
more about this.
I haven't been there. I haven't,
Hmm.
my husband read about it actually.
Okay.
It
Well,
was in the
get your ass over there
60s.
tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I have to take pictures of it and everything. They made a statue with a UFO with a saucer,
Oh,
and
cool. This is awesome.
yeah, someone saw it over the water right here in the south.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, physically I'm not traveling, just multidimensionally. Every day I travel multidimensionally.
I wish I can. Just like, yeah, I'm gonna blast off to outer space right now.
But you
Yeah.
can.
Well,
It's
maybe I
actually
can. I gotta train
by
my
going
body too.
inside.
I gotta
Yeah.
train my mind. Jedi mind tricks. How cool would
Yeah.
that be if we had Jedi mind tricks? Just
We do.
why no? We do it, but like I mean, like living
It's
that life. You know what I'm saying? Like living the way of the Jedi.
I
Uh,
think that if we would stop focusing on the 9 to 5 job and the slavery that humanity has been put into and move our focus to inward and on working with ourselves and our telepathic, clairvoyant, telekinetic, and so on powers, then I mean, we have these movies because it's all possible, because it's an
that's true.
aspect of us. Everything that we can imagine exists. And it was what's this guy? He was really big into the UFO scene. He died quite at a very old age. Thomas Williamson Thompson William Thompson Tompkins. Hmm.
Uh,
He was really big into the scene.
yeah.
He worked for the CIA, and he worked on in Area 60. What is it called? Area 61. The one with the aliens.
Oh,
What was
Area
it?
51. I'm sorry.
51. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, And he was describing the fact that when he was little in the 50s or something like that, he saw they all went out, the entire neighborhood got out during the night, and they all looked up the sky. And what he saw was an entire sea of UFOs. So the entire sky was covered in UFOs. Everybody was out. So then he looked around as a child and he saw his family was next to him, his neighbors were all out, everybody staring at the sky. The next day, he wanted to talk about it. And his dad said, it was just a few UFOs. It was like one, two, three. It wasn't a whole sea. And then there were people that didn't see anything. So they were just all staring, but without actually, like, either their memory was erased, but the way he
Huh.
put it is that we can only perceive as much as our imagination is capable to
Sure.
manifest.
Sure.
So if we cannot imagine, then there's no way of perceiving it. And that's why I'm also saying in the sessions that I'm having, because there are people that are scared to have a session. And I always tell them nothing bad can happen to you, because like if you can't imagine it, it won't happen. And nothing bad ever happens to you. Like these aliens, of course, there are so many bad stories with ETs torturing people and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. And I have these stories as well. I remember them through dreams. I remember uh, big pins being put through my knees, through my eyes,
Oh my God.
through my arms, and all these things. And I wake up feeling this, or sometimes I wake up with like real, I'm showing Kuba, like, look, or yeah, like real marks on my body, Kuba being my husband. And yeah. But then I know that they were just it wasn't an evil experiment or anything like that. They weren't doing anything bad. And it's up to me whether I put fear into it or not. And what I do in sessions when I work with galactic beings or anything like that, I do have grays, reptilians, and all types that are like, oh, but I'm here to take over this body and I'm here to put in a chip and do this and do that. And I tell them what to do. And it's like, and I'm not going to leave. And I'm controlling this person. And I always say, dude, we're equal here. You're not scaring me. You're not above me. You're not below me. We are equal. So it's up to you. Like, and fear is always up to the individual mind. When I was a kid, I used to be scared. I told you also about the poltergeist movies and everything, because we
Yeah.
have the media that puts the fear into us. But once I learned that it's actually nothing bad happening and nobody's really dying, it's just horror movies and fear porn and what the media is manipulating us with.
What wasn't that
And
like that one shadow creature that was at your crib that was like in the bathroom and ripped off one of the fucking poles off the fucking
yeah.
bathroom thing? And you guys like, oh,
Yeah.
that is a little on the violent side there, guy. What's up with that? When you're like trying to cleanse your energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That one would be scary. That
Yeah, but
one's
if you meet them with confidence and you say, dude, like you're not, what are you doing? Like, what's your problem? Why are you doing this? Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's manage
let's
this.
let's dish it out.
Yeah. Then it never happened to me that anybody wanted to remain stuck or that they didn't leave the attachment, or if it was an implant or anything, we always resolved it, because when you have a one-on-one leveled conversation with them, they do understand that what they're doing is actually not okay and they never had permission to do this. And
Sure.
you have the law of free will here on planet Earth, and you cannot go against that law here on planet Earth. So if you're dealing with planet Earth, you need to hold on to this thing or leave. Like, and if the law of free will is actively implemented, then they need to abide by it.
So what do you think why do you think they want to stay? Because they're kind of jealous of, the living, or they're curious of seeing how their family's going to turn out, or like what else?
You're
Why would
thinking,
they want to expand? I feel like I would hope that like I got the free will to travel the universe with my soul, like go visit other
yeah.
planets, because that seems like that's
Mm.
gonna be endless, like, right? Like
Mm.
you could do that forever, and it's always gonna be like a different terrain. It's always gonna be different creatures and different plants and all different like weird shit going everywhere you go. So I
Yeah.
just thought that'd be like really cool. And then there's another, Linda Moulton Howell. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
she talks about this one theory about how our souls kind of get harvested, and that's what the moon is kind of about. Like that's
Mhm.
one reason why the moon is here. So like
Yeah.
after we die, our souls get sucked up as like whatever machine that's at the moon, and they use it for energy or whatever the hell. And then yeah, there's a lot of whistleblowers have been talking about this weird shit, and like yeah, reincarnation is kind of like a mysterious thing to aliens
That
themselves.
you're caught into.
Maybe that's why they're trying to harness what we have.
Mhm.
And that's why we were some of this weird spiritual creature that's here on Earth when they got here, and that's why they were manipulating us from the very start, make it more like I don't
Mhm.
know, like who knows what the hell they're doing right now. And there's different aliens doing all this different shit. And some of them don't even like interact with each other. Who knows? They might have beef with it. And
Mhm.
there's tons of stories of that too. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
We
It's a
have the
Disney World full of
Anunnakis, we
shit.
have, yeah,
Yes,
but
the
I still
Anunnaki.
believe that as long as you believe in that version of the truth, you are living it and it does exist because everything that we can imagine, everything that we perceive, everything that we know of is we live in a multiverse. We live in a holographic universe. So there are infinite versions of you, there are infinite versions of me right now, there are infinite versions of those infinite versions of us. And all of these just the same with the reality. So these realities do exist. It's just a matter of which one you are willing to tap into, which one you are, I guess, passionate to explore more.
Mhm.
Because I'm not saying that I mean, everybody explores what they need to explore and what they came here to explore.
Sure.
And if my dad is also into that, and he's saying that our souls are here to be harvested because they cannot reprocreate and they use us in order for them to reprocreate and tra la la.
Mhm.
And that's, yes, sure, you know, I never ever ever contradicted him, and I never will, because I do believe that it's real, that this version of reality exists, just like this version exists and infinite other versions. And I'm not saying that that version is not this version, and everything is interconnected. But yeah, and you were asking me about the souls earlier. Why do they stay? And it's not that the entire whole, the entire soul remains, but it's just an aspect of that soul. Because I know that my grandpa has already reincarnated, but a part of him is still with me. So if he's still with me, how has he
Sure.
reincarnated? And I know that another part of him is probably, like you say, exploring the universe and other
Mhm.
aspects of himself. So it's there are so many aspects of us.
There is. Yeah,
Yeah, holographic.
it is. And yeah, it makes you wonder where we fall into place. And I think right now I'm glad that I know now. I think my soul can go out
Mm.
and I have to come back and figure out what humans are and go through all different religions and yeah, it's crazy. Well, because I want to tell I haven't announced this yet. I had my UFO capture 2 days ago when there's a humongous storm here in Madison, Wisconsin. There's high winds, thunderstorms, rain, and there's the storm coming in. I thought I'd catch some cool lightning that I saw in the sky, so I grabbed my camera and put it in slow motion mode, and I just filmed about like maybe 20 seconds, and I caught lightning. I was like, oh yeah, I caught one,
Yeah.
And I played it back. And I look, and there's a fucking flying saucer just fucking flying right across, just clear as shit. Especially that it casts a shadow across the clouds when it's going by.
Mm.
I'm like,
Mm.
fuck yeah! I'm like, that's just like this shows how close it was up to the sky and how fast it was. And then there's like a little leaf or a bird that people like to say that was kind of floating, and it actually gives it nice reference on like speed and size too. So I'm kind of glad that kind of like that little leaf came in there. But it's confusing a lot of people in there. So people who are viewing that fucking video, fucking look at it closely, and it's right behind. They almost intersect this little leaf and this UFO. Everybody's so fixated on that fucking leaf. It's ridiculous. That's what's wrong. Maybe it's just they're all just programmed. Like, why are you in this UFO groups if you're just gonna say it's a fucking bird or a leaf? I don't know. Um. So yeah,
Yeah.
I had to get that point across. I'm very excited about
No,
it. It's almost up to 250,000 views right now. It's going viral.
and
So
that's so cool. And
it
there
is
you have
cool.
proof that people actually want this, right? Because otherwise, why would they look at it? Like, why would
Exactly.
anybody watch this? So
Exactly. Yeah.
super
Especially
cool.
like being like right now being debated of like, oh, it's just a bird. And like, well, look beyond the bird, motherfucker, or the leaf. What the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually it's nice and it's so smooth how it's flying, and then that shadow. That's what like that's the kicker. I think
Yeah.
that's ooh. So I'm gonna send it into MUFON. I have independent researcher Barnaby Jones, his team with the Cap Wisconsin Caps, and yeah, he's gonna give me some more feedback. And yeah, it's great. I am just excited that so many other people are excited about this film because I'm not the
Yeah.
only one seeing it. I don't. I mean, that's another thing too. I don't have to be the one that had to really explain myself. I mean, I explained my situation, what I was doing, and then what I caught, obviously. And then like I don't have to like you have to look at a certain spot of this. Like use your fucking eyes. I don't have to explain it to you. And if you're the ones who can
Mm,
see it and you're the true believers, then that's what's at. And like I can only know it like
exactly.
the other ones are just the knuckle draggers. No, sorry. I was getting a lot of
No, but
message.
that's
My
really
my
cool.
phone has been blowing up ever since I dropped that video. It's
And
just
that's
like,
the first thing I thought when I saw it. I thought, oh, I want to zoom in and I want to see everything
mm-hmm,
and I want to know
mm-hmm.
everything.
Yeah, and that's what you did, right?
Yeah. I
Exactly.
don't think
So
I
there
could
you.
zoom in. I was trying to.
Oh,
I was
okay.
on my phone. I was like, not
But
working.
eventually, you did get to see it, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes, I saw it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And that's the
gorgeous.
coolest
It's
thing because
beautiful.
when you don't expect it, and right, and they came with a storm. I mean, what are the odds that they're coming with a
Yeah.
storm? You're obviously watching that. So
Yeah.
they
Exactly.
wanted to be seen.
Yeah. And I was told by other people who have been like very positive about this. They said that UFOs are attracted to storms. Or maybe they
Mm,
harness electricity to charge whatever they got.
mm.
Makes you wonder. I don't know.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, it's just a theory. But yeah, what else? What else is new? Do you have any new websites or any new you've been popping out new videos on YouTube, I see.
Yes, I started with that again.
Yeah.
And because I really want to bring out these meditations. Like I said earlier, also that I don't want this work to be for the rich or anything like that. I want everybody to have access to methods of reconnecting with themselves and to finding out who they truly are and decluttering, releasing trauma and whatever it is that keeps us stuck into being something that we're not, something that we created in order to fit into society and so on and so forth. And with this, I've also shortened my sessions a little bit. They used to be 4 hours long and now they're 3 because, well, I'm alone at home with the dog. And
Yeah.
before I wasn't, it was COVID. So it was really nice because Kuba could take care of the dog while I was having the sessions. But now being alone, and also I've had some clients that said that 4 hours is, I understand that it's a lot, but yeah, so now they're 3 hours and they're a little bit more compact, but everybody's getting a big, nice guidebook with them every time they book a session so that they can learn a little bit more about this. And the guidebook is also meant for people to keep doing this work over and above the sessions. So it's not about me being a crutch and holding people's hand throughout their path of expansion of and self-mastery and self-knowing, but also that they get to learn how to do this on their own. That's my main
Hmm.
goal, I think, in life. I
Yeah.
want to teach people, yeah,
No,
how awesome they are.
that's fucking dope. I might have to take a session from you. Get my life a little outside of and order more outside of my hobbies and stuff like that. Just
Ooh, maybe explore some galactic lives, huh?
my galactic side.
Yeah.
No, that'd be awesome. That sounded very appealing there. That's really cool. And do you do this virtually too, or do you have like face to face
They're
sessions?
online through Zoom.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I also find that, it's a lot harder to. I did have sessions in person as well, but
Hmm.
they don't go as well because people they think they need to act a certain way and dress up and whereas at home you can be in your pajamas, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to drive anywhere, you're just in your home space. And also when you go to therapy, many times you feel better in the space of the what is it called? Where you meet your therapist instead, and then you go home to your mess, right? And you regress to being your messy self in your home environment. And the idea is that when you change in your home environment. The transformation
Uh,
takes place within the space that you are living in and that you are used to.
yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, starting from like cleaning your room. We're gonna start cleaning this room here, and we're gonna like go up from there. No, that's dope.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Like, I think this, especially in today's society, how like relationships are like, I finding now like since I've been single since last July, um,
Mm.
we I just find it very kind of dating has been like difficult lately. Or just like not meeting the right people. I'm just like, or I'm barking
Mm.
up the wrong tree or something like that. I was just like, or everybody's just weird now. I don't know. It's just like, what the hell happened? It's like a very big flip. Even like the online dating is just horrible too. I was just like, eh.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I guess maybe I'm being more picky because I don't want to get my heart broken again from the last
Hmm.
relationship. So, um, maybe that's maybe a big part of it too.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I should be. I mean, I want to be with somebody that I'll be with for the rest of my life, obviously, and have an awesome free future, and maybe have the same hobbies and interests. But we
Yeah.
don't always have to have that to be happy and shit too. So again, trying to figure out this world outside of my hobbies is a little
Mm.
hectic and up and downish. Um, I don't know. So yeah, that what you were just saying about what you're coaching and stuff like that. It just sounds appealing and trying to get like, yeah, what do I need to focus on or what do I need? Because I do feel like sometimes I'm in a rut or I'm just sitting
Mm.
still and I'm at an age where I was just like, well, what's next? Or uh, I don't know, I'm even a little pressure from the parents too. It's just like, yeah, come on, what's up? Well,
The
again, I'm like,
parents
I have
always, yeah.
again, I was like, I have so many cool like hobbies right now. It's just like,
Yeah.
um, I do like I have a job and I've been working at for 21 years. So it's like
Mm.
I have a good work ethic. I've been at
Yeah.
a place for that long and I mean like, you know, um, showing that I'm dedicated. But no, I don't know. It just I I'm just like I'm comfortable where I'm at. I don't feel like I have to do more.
Mm.
Maybe I look at money a little bit different than other people where I mean I should be worried about money more. I don't know. I'm like just and then again I'm like I'm in this world of UFOs. I'm fucking have UFOs flying over my fucking house when I'm fucking filming. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What else? What else is gonna happen? I don't know.
I think that our generation, or at least some of us in our generation, are learning to be happy with enough and be happy with living their passion and just that, and not doing some extravagant thing and earning millions or things
Sure.
like that, but just
Right.
living the chill life and while following our passion.
Because I feel like my mind is more important than like
Yeah.
just put that work and grind. Because I feel like I can just like get hit by a car the
Yeah.
next day, right? And I was just fucking grinding my ass off. I could have been like talking about cool ass shit or catching UFOs on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. How often is that gonna happen? But no, I'm just saying. Um, no, I feel like life. There's just more to life than just put like this grind and like this almost like a slave. I feel like
Mm.
working at a place for 21 years, the walls start to close in and the same faces and the same
Mm.
bullshit. And I work at a hospital and like
Mm.
get the patients are nuts too. And like it's just weird. It's like it could like be its own like TV series, you know? Like
Yeah.
there has been obviously this like Scrubs and like what
Yeah.
other TV series? Is Ally McBeal and there's I don't
No, I don't know, but I don't think
know.
she was. But I love
Okay, I
Scrubs
don't
in a
know.
way. I'm still watching it.
Whatever happened to her? She just like disappeared after that show.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. But anyway, during these sessions, it's not me coaching you, it's you coaching you, or me coaching you how to coach yourself.
Oh,
You're speaking to your subconscious mind. That's the thing, because nobody knows you better than you. I don't know you better. No therapist in the world and no textbook in the world knows you better than you know yourself. And that's why with these sessions, Like I went to therapy for 15 years to try and get rid of my anxiety. I took medication. They gave me all types of things and nothing ever helped. I had this weird anxiety where I had phobia for accidents. It's a word that I cannot read. It has a term, but I cannot read that word. I tried many times. Fear of accidents. So I couldn't leave the
Okay.
house. I couldn't go to a bar. I couldn't go anywhere where it was crowded, or even if there were
Oh
four or
yeah.
five people in a room and someone started to dance, I needed to melt into a wall or hide under a desk, or
Whoa.
because I would be
Really?
scared that, I don't know, a glass would fall on the floor. But I cannot explain it. I cannot explain it. And it was this horrible, like I would hyperventilate and start shaking and really, really bad.
Mm.
And the last time it happened, so nothing ever helped. I tried CBD, CBT, and
Psilocybin,
was that?
mushrooms,
Oh no, I
magic
no that
mushrooms.
that kind of drugs I didn't try.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I tried doing a quantum healing session. So where I was the client and I talked to one of my colleagues to ask her to help me. Within 3 minutes, it disappeared and it never appeared again, ever, ever, ever. So I couldn't leave the house, and now I couldn't even watch, the movie Mamma Mia?
Um,
There's a wedding, I think, in the first movie. I couldn't watch that wedding scene because I was scared that someone's gonna fall or someone's gonna break a glass. I cannot explain it. But after a quantum healing session where I understood in my subconscious mind what's happening, where it's coming from, and what I need to do to fix it, it was gone. 3 minutes, disappeared.
oh,
And that's why, no therapist could help me before, because they just throw medicine at you, medication. So
yeah.
medication. And here you get to speak to yourself. You go through your own experiences in life. You find out where and why you are, what patterns you are reliving, why you are thinking the way you're thinking. Yeah. Why you keep
Yeah.
creating the same reality, and what's your life purpose. There are so many beautiful things that you can explore during a session.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm quite curious a little bit about myself. So what can I improve about myself? I mean, there's a few things. But no, that's really, really cool. Like that you do that and help others. Again, we need help. Others who actually steer their life in a direction.
Mm.
It seems like you manifested your destiny pretty well, and like how your lifestyle is and doing what you get to do and having the husband you have. Like
Yeah, but
you
it
could have
took
picked
me 30
you could have picked
years.
anybody in this world. Jesus Christ. God damn. No, that's amazing. And again, like I'm glad that you have a good outlook on life and
Mm.
no, that's so cool. I'm all about that and support that. And I want more people to get to know who you are and reach out to you and get a session with you.
Yeah. Woo.
I may get a session with you. Who knows? Steer me. But no, that's cool. No, like I think everybody needs a little help sometimes. And don't be
We
afraid
all
to
do.
yeah, don't be afraid to because even my
I'm having my own session now after we
oh yeah.
talk, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay. Oh shit. There you go. Then yeah, I guess yeah, just don't be afraid. That's what I'm trying to do, is trying to step out of that element of being afraid of like I'm very emotional. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And so I feel like if I talk to a stranger, maybe you, I don't know, I'll probably like break down in tears. Like it gets deep. I don't know in
yeah.
some areas, but I don't know. That's how us humans are wired, and we're trying to figure it out. That's why, again, it's good to talk because suicidal is so prevalent,
Mm.
and people
Yeah.
just couldn't figure it out because I have friends. My sister had a really good friend recently that has a wife and two beautiful kids, and he just
Mm.
committed just threw his life away just for nothing. Like what?
Yeah.
Because something they're personally battling. Even like Robin Williams. You would never have thought,
Yeah.
right? You think that'd be the happiest man, and everybody loves you, like
But it's usually those people that you never think about. They never
exactly,
they never
exactly.
say, they never
It's
ask for
true.
help
It's
because they
true.
don't ever want to bother anyone.
True. And one of his quotes that always hits me, and I feel it. This quote hits me a lot. Is I hang out with people that make me feel like I'm alone, and
Mm.
that's just weird,
Yep.
and it shouldn't be like that, It should
No.
be like you want to be wanted and feel like you're involved in these conversations, and you just feel like you get there and you're like, I'm watching these motherfuckers just talk, and no one's like, I like to get into these. And that's why I'm like, maybe that's why I have my own fucking podcast. So I can fucking have my own fucking conversations with these people
Yeah.
I want to have a fucking conversation with. I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
no, it's weird times, and yeah, with like this war that's kind of looming over the world. Who knows what the hell's gonna happen? It's just this weird teeter
Mm.
totter. Who knows? I hope these ETs will fucking show up and shut everybody fucking down. Like this is how it is. We've been here for a minute, and
Yeah.
this is all about peace and love. We're ending this violence right now, even if it has to zap violence out of our fucking heads, so we all be pacifists or some shit.
Mm.
Why can't Earth be our heaven? You know what I'm saying? Like Adam and
Well,
Eve
it
had it pretty
can.
good. I know what I'm saying. Adam and Eve had it pretty good. Like the lions were
Yeah.
chilling with the lambs and there's tons of sex. So I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sign me up. That's good. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, it's just about people people got scared. And also social media is not, I mean, all
Oh
of
yeah,
this, the internet is not helping. It's kind of helping in a way, but we are using it the wrong way, so to say.
sure.
Yes, we are more connected than we have ever been, but we're also more alone than we've ever been because people don't know how to connect face to face anymore. And it's, yeah, we are community creatures. We are supposed to live in community.
Sure.
And
Sure.
the people who actually live the best lives and are the most integrated within themselves and most authentic are the people, the primitive ones, right? That still live in tribes in Africa and South America and so on and so forth, because they get to know what it is to live in a community,
Oh. And you're very
to
lucky to be
have
living
connection.
and you're very lucky to be living in Europe too, because this the culture of friendships, family is I feel it's very strong. I
Yeah.
I have family in Sicily, that
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
strong,
Italy
strong
is
fan.
extra
You know what
strong.
I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
we got that extra strong family ties shit there. And just how you guys interact with each other and the strangers, just being just friendly and the culture. I'm very drawn to that. And I feel like I had better friendships with Europeans, even like
Mm.
relationships. I've dated a few. I dated a Norwegian and Polish from
Oh,
Poland. And
my husband is Polish.
oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
ah, damn, I wish I knew some of the words. I just kind of forgot now. But yeah, I try to speak to her in Poland all the time or Polish. No, it's really cool. Again, just they just have a different outlook on life and how to treat people with respect and just how they want to be treated. Again, just yeah,
Mm,
European is winning right now, in my opinion, when it comes to relationships and how to treat people. Um,
mm.
yeah, it's
We
just
remained a bit in the past, so to say.
yeah, America is a little dark. We kill each
Yeah.
other at a crazy rate. It's like,
Mm,
oh, I like your pair of shoes. I'm gonna kill you now and take them.
yeah.
Yeah. How nice. That's insane. And there's a lot of it's just like kids too, like ratchet ass kids. It's like fine. There's so many options for birth control. It's ridiculous. It's
Mm,
like I want you to be financially stable, have a nice husband or wife, and
mm.
try it that way first. And just be
Yeah.
all ratchet with their dick and shit. Like, this, what the fuck? I don't know. It's ass backwards here in America.
Mm.
Crazy, crazy. And then our politics are crazy too. We're about to be like, might be a civil war here in America.
Yeah, I've heard that it's really bad.
Yeah.
Um, but it's, not that great. I think that it's cliche to say this, but I think there's a reason why we say this, that there's always darkest right before the dawn. And I think now we're living these times
Yeah.
where
You're
it's
right.
darkest right before the dawn. So I'm hoping for the best. In one of my sessions, I've seen the future. And that one is on YouTube, actually.
Okay.
I've
Oh,
uploaded
cool.
it, but it was not an apocalyptic event that we've been through, but it was a very yeah, it was it was not nice, but we pulled through, and afterwards it was a lot better. But then again, I've only seen a version of the future, so there are again
Sure.
infinite versions of the future, so it can
Sure.
be anything, it can change at any time.
Yeah, it definitely can.
But I'm still hoping to steer towards
Yeah. No, again, I hope for the
the
best.
positive version.
Hey, I want to live. 'Cause I still, again,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be 40 this year, and I still look like I'm 25 for God's sakes. So
yeah.
again, I feel like I have a lot of life to live, more lots of experience. Yeah, I want the earth to be on a peaceful terrain. Even I have nieces too. Again, I want
Yeah.
them to have a beautiful world too, and an experience without having war and just pollution. Because that's another uprise too. It's just like Jesus
Mm.
Christ. Those poor whales that swallow the damn plastic. And yeah, it's just, oh God, it makes you
Yeah.
want to throw up. It's just nuts. I think there's like a, I know, like an island of trash is the size of Texas that's
Mm.
floating around like Mexico or some shit, or like Pacific
Yeah,
Ocean.
in the
It's, I'm
Atlantic,
like,
I
what the
think.
fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? You can totally like walk upon that thing. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
But I do think that the more of us are doing on an individual basis, we begin to take responsibility one by one, we can begin to change the world. And
that's
eventually people learn, like, because I see trash on the street and I go pick it up. I go out of my way. I do
that's awesome.
detours to pick that shit up. And I see that nobody picks it up, not the old, not the elderly, not the young. And I think that seeing someone pick up the trash, it might hopefully trigger something in their brain and be like, okay, I can also do this. It's not
Yeah.
that bad. It's not such a horrible thing to do.
If a,
So
a
we can
tattooed
help each
blue-haired
other
girl
like
could pick up
this.
trash, I could do it too.
Yeah.
Especially those old people who like literally look at us like we're crazy with our tattoos and stuff. That's just kind of making me,
Ah,
yeah.
who
I just
cares?
I know I don't give a shit. I think it's funny. I like because I work at the hospital too, so like
Yeah.
I get like the most comments from these
Mm,
old people who are just like, "Whoa, I can't believe that you work here with that," or like there's like it's kind of funny too because I kind of like I have like an old style like cap from like the 1930s style cap, and like I
cool.
kind of wear like the knickerbockers, kind of like the old style like at work. I kind of like look, old schoolish, and then they
Yeah.
just kind of like it fucks with their mind to see like an old school style, but like totally tattooed out, like wow. Uh, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Kinda, or something. I don't know. It's funny. I fuck with them.
But it's more and more normal here. I'm seeing
Oh, it
so many
is.
nurses and even doctors actually are not allowed. They have to
Yes,
take
yes.
everything out.
Again,
But I'm seeing nurses with full
yes.
pierced ears and
Yep, yep.
tattoos, and
Yes, yes. Same here.
so it's
Uh,
yeah,
Same here. Doctors and nurses are pretty tattooed out. Yeah, it makes you. Yeah, again, it makes you think like how cool it's gonna be when we get old. Like how like
yeah.
decked out the whole nursing house is gonna be. Like all these old people just decked out and there's like awesome shit. I'm like, yes. And I actually
Yeah.
really like the aging of tattoos. Like I like old people with the really old tattoos. Some of
Mm.
them really hold up really well, or some of like that very bold. Like I have a very bold black. That shit's gonna stay
Yeah.
nice and bright and bold. But yeah, again, it's just that I don't know that really old look. Just like primal.
Yeah. I find it super, super nice. Super
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Beautiful.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, it makes you wonder too. We can talk a little bit about this. How like maybe tattooing came about. Like did it come from ancient astronauts being inspired by that, by looking at them and they had something similar on their skin or designed on their clothes where they had a maybe ink it up or even like scarification, even
Mm.
elongating their skulls to mimic the gods because they
Mm.
some form of flattery.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like I want to look
actually,
sexy as this guy.
yeah. A lot of them have all types of crystals and different type of Oh God, I cannot think of the word right now. Yeah, crystals and other things implanted within their skin. So there's many different types of body modifications
Yeah,
or the way they adorn their bodies.
yeah. Because I know some of the ancient people too, like in I think Central America, South America, were ingesting gold. So you know
Mm,
how precious gold was for them in general. So I thought
mm,
ingesting it too would make him powerful or live longer or
yeah.
makes you wonder. And then I think not too long ago they found like flowing mercury underneath one of the pyramids in South America. Was it Chichen Itza? I don't know. I think one of the where it's like the sun pyramid and the pyramid of the moon. I think
Oh,
the
that's so cool.
Kukulkan's pyramids there. But
Yeah.
you see like the shadow of the him descending on a certain day where
Mm,
the sun hits the pyramid at the certain. That's again ancient people to they aligned that pyramid enough to make that effect, right?
yeah.
Like what the fuck are we doing? The mathematics that goes into it, the planning, okay, the engineering. Oh God, it's beautiful. I don't know. Again, this fucking need to do this out of the jungle too. Let's clear this whole jungle before we start, and then we block all this shit up. Yeah, again, amazing. There's so many pyramids they haven't discovered yet.
I really think that
That
humanity has de-evolved in the past two, three
yeah.
thousand
Oh
years,
my
maybe
God,
five
right?
thousand years. And if you think about that before the flood, okay, that was probably a different program of humanity. We don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But before the flood, humans used to live what Noah lived 700 years and Methuselah 920 something or 70 something, and so many others that lived
Mhm.
up to 900 years or above 900 years.
Yep,
So,
yep, yep.
you
Like
know,
you're right. Like Noah, he was up to like 250 years old, and his uncle was up to like 300 years
I
old with
think,
Enoch. You know,
yeah, Enoch, he
Enoch.
lived also 900 something
Yeah.
years. So they all almost lived 1,000.
Well, again, they're like these hybrid humans.
Yeah,
You know,
I
so it's like,
think the way I see it is it's just a reminder of what we're capable of.
oh, that too. Oh shit! I
I
wish I
think
could live up
so.
to 1,000 years. Can you imagine? And look this good.
I think we can. I really think we can.
Oh,
And I
let's
think
do
it's
it.
just a matter of living at a higher vibration because if we raise our vibration, time goes faster and we
That's true.
age slower. So
Or we could
someone
do
that
it
is
like,
60 can look like 30.
or we could do it like how the Illuminati does, and like just drink baby's blood.
Yeah. Oh.
I want that adrenochrome.
Uh,
Just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
yeah. I'm laughing. Yeah, no, but yeah, I really think from a mathematical point of view, everything metaphysical point of view, humanity has evolved. Like really, I don't understand the Middle Ages. I never did. I don't get them. What happened there? What the fuck happened? So I feel like now we're starting to slowly come back to our senses, to understanding that not killing each other is not the way,
Yeah.
and there are other ways of yeah, going about life and doing things and living in harmony with nature and going back to those roots, primitive roots, which are, I think we are, the modern world is primitive, not the
Yeah.
not the ancient world.
Yeah. Well, that mall incident didn't help.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, that fucking creature. Yeah. Weird. Well, thank guys. I don't believe in guns because I'm just non-violent. Like again,
Mm.
like I don't feel like the need to carry a gun, or I don't feel like I feel like you live by the gun, you're gonna die by the gun. That's my motto.
Mm.
Like you're gonna that energy is always around that corner. I feel like because you have that fucking thing and you bring yourself in those surroundings. I feel like I'm glad I'm street smart to know what
Yeah.
neighborhoods and who to fuck with, who not to fuck with, and just watch your P's and Q's around. And yeah, then you're good. Otherwise, yeah, you're coming out like a crazy fuck. Like, I got a gun. I could say who the fuck I want. Does anyone
I
want to touch
think
me?
We coming from Europe, we are so naive because I'm watching now. There's a
I love your
series
gun laws
on.
there.
We don't have that. It just doesn't exist. Police doesn't carry guns. Like
Yeah, exactly.
policemen don't carry guns on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nobody has guns.
No.
And it's unimaginable to me. US, it's a completely different planet. Like
it's the wild, wild west. Seriously, it's like
don't get it.
It's gotta watch yourself.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today because I think that was a great talk. It was just awesome catching up with you finally, and I'm gonna have you back for future talks because I like to have big group chats, and I'd like to have you kick it with the girls and have them get to know who you are because I think you're fucking awesome, and I think they just need to know who you are. So
I would love that, and I would love to get to know them. Woo!
Yes. No, seriously, thank you so much for today. That was amazing. So do you have any websites or anything, or you want to just recap on your YouTube channel for people who want to find you?
Yes. My website is aurauniverse.com, youniverse.com. And my everything, actually, Instagram, YouTube, they're all Aura Universe, YO-Universe. Yeah. Cool. It's easy.
It is easy. All right. Well, thank you again. That was awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Stay with me for 2 more minutes. All right.
Yes. Thank you.